Welcome back to Athletic Every Day, day number 152. This was a later in the day work gym calisthenics workout. It feels kind of weird to do a calisthenics workout in a commercial gym because you could in theory just do it at a park anywhere. For those of you that watch my videos regularly, you know that I generally tend to prefer doing calisthenics workouts outside, especially when the weather's this nice. But needs must, lifestyle constraints, time constraints meant that I had to get this workout in my work gym. But tried to play around with a few different warm-up exercises just to mess around. Doing some of the lamb push-ups there, some Hindu, I don't know what these push-ups are actually called, Hindu or Hindu reverse push-ups. All of this stuff is fantastic for warming your upper body up for mobility. A little bit of a frog stand, I believe this is called, frog stand. To work on, just activating my wrists, activating the muscles in my wrists and around my forearms, and then just, shoulder mobility in general. Probably did a little bit too much mobility, but, I was kind of hyped up. I was really looking forward to this workout all day. When you're active and you then don't do a workout when your body's expecting you to do a workout, you do kind of get antsy around the time you'd usually do it. So you do sort of notice an increase in the level of your energy. It's almost like an anxious sort of energy when you're sort of like, I need to do this workout, I need to get a workout in. So I had a lot of energy for the start of this workout. Muscle ups didn't go too great. I'm not going to blame the fact that it's because the bar is low and I'm not able to do them like full proper muscle ups here. I actually tried them on the next set, but usually when I do this kind of muscle up, I'm able to get like 5 in a set quite easily, and I'm able to keep the L sit position quite strictly. But you can see here I tried to do a full set of muscle ups when I tried to do the full muscle up, but my head would have hit the ceiling. I would have been knocking the ceiling tiles out. But what's good about doing it on this bar is I'm able to pull my chest in between my arms because there's no bar there. I can just pull my chest in the gap, so it actually makes them quite easy. And actually, when I first started doing muscle ups at my old gym where I used to work out, another commercial gym, they had a dual cable pulley machine, and they had a very similar setup with the pull-up bar where it was just the sort of C-shaped or D-shaped bars, so you can do neutral and pronated grip. But then when you do a muscle up on it, it's really easy because you've got a lot more room to put your chest in between your arms. You're not stuck by the bar. So for those of you that are actually trying to get your first muscle up, I would highly recommend practicing on a bar like that because it's almost like the combination between a straight bar muscle up and a ring muscle up, in that you can get your chest in between your hands. And it's definitely a lot easier than doing it on a straight bar, and it can help you learn the technique for then going to do it on a straight bar. Obviously practicing straight bar dips is also very useful, and that can help as well. And there's no substitute for practicing on a straight bar and just getting it like that. But if you want to get your first muscle up, then that could be an option for you. Then I practiced some pike handstand push-ups because I'm not able to do full handstand push-ups against the wall just yet. And I've superset that with front lever holds. The straddle front lever holds, guys, they're really terrible today. I think I actually looked back and in between sets, I always watch the videos, but I watched the video for the front lever and I timed it, and I think I barely managed to get 10 seconds on the first one. I think the second one, when I changed up my grip from an overhand pronated grip to a sort of like a more neutral / supinated grip, you'll see on the next set, I was able to get that for I think a total of 15 seconds, and that was pretty good. But again, on a straight bar, you'll always want to have pronated grip. You'll always have pronated grip for front lever. I mean, I've never seen anyone do a supinated grip on a front lever, like an underhand grip. But this one was a lot more secure, and this one felt a lot stronger. I think potentially because of the change in grip, but I'm not 100% on that one. Front lever, again, still going steady on it. I did have a couple of weeks, maybe probably 2 to 3 weeks where I wasn't training it as focused as I am right now. And same thing with handstands. I've never really trained handstands that much in my life, so you do have to manage your expectations for how quickly progress is going to happen. But considering the fact that I've trained overhead press and I've trained strict press, the handstand pike push-ups were quite easy. It's just maintaining. Although it is a similar movement pattern, what you're doing from the sort of rib cage down is a little bit different in a handstand push-up. You never hold a hollow body position when you do an overhead press. It's a bit different. You have a little bit more extension through the back, whereas you're trying to sort of just hold everything tight through your core, like excessively tight almost, to keep your torso straight when you do a handstand. So I think learning that and learning how to be stable through that position is something I'm going to have to work on when I practice my handstands going forward. To finish up the workouts, I did some weighted pull-ups and some weighted dips. Now, usually with a time constraint, I would superset the pull-ups and the dips. But today, I actually decided that I was going to just do them separately. Ended up doing 5 sets of 5 apiece, and man, it was really good. I think I've never gotten more than 5 with 25 kilos on the weighted pull-ups, as far as I can remember. And yeah, the weight was moving quite well. This is 25 kilos plus my body weight, and I think conservatively right now I probably weigh sort of 84, 85 kilos, depending on the time of day. So yeah, all in all, this is a total of what, 100 and what is that? Almost 110 kilos pulling strength. So that's not too bad, to be honest with you. That's like, kind of like doing a lat pull down with 110 kilos. So that's not bad. And the reason I'm doing these as pronated grip is so that they're a lot more, specific to my muscle ups. So the pulling pattern that you do for pull up, if you're training for muscle ups, if you get stronger through that vertical pulling mat pattern with the same grip that you would do for a muscle up, then naturally you'll probably have a greater potential for force output. Assuming your speed stays the same when you do fast pull-ups and muscle ups, you're going to be able to get higher on the bar, and then that means that the muscle ups are going to become easier. So definitely improving vertical pulling strength with weighted pull-ups will certainly help with that. Now, sets and reps wise, 5x5 I think is fine for building strength for upper body. I don't see why it's any different than the lower body. I think my training age for the weighted dips is definitely, weighted dips and muscle ups is slightly older than it would be for my lower body. For those of you that don't know, I used to do a lot more calisthenics and a lot less like lower body strength training. So I have got a few more years under my belt of training, dips and pull-ups, push-ups, things of that nature. So I feel like I'm a lot more advanced with my upper body calisthenics skills as one compared to my sort of lower body athleticism when it comes to vertical jump and so on, sprinting, jumping, and the like. Yeah, 5x5 dips went really well. This was 30 kilos. I feel like I probably could have gone heavier, but I'm still sort of fleshing out the form and how the form's going to feel when I do dips. I used to try and keep my torso as upright as possible and try and stay like very vertical with my torso. But now I've sort of tried to change it so that now I'm sort of actually letting my torso, my chest dip down and sort of fold forwards and sort of trying to push my tailbone back as I go down. And I really tend to find that gets me a lot more chest activation. I feel a lot stronger when I get into that position. I'm not just relying purely on shoulders and triceps, sort of anterior deltoid and tricep activation to get myself up out of the hole. So I think conservative, I could probably even add like an extra 5 or 7.5 kilos onto these and still get 5 reps quite easily. And that's also good. Again, you're just adding general strength with dips. It's not particularly specific to the muscle up, but I think it is quite specific to doing, handstand push-ups and, more advanced calisthenic skills like planche, more advanced push-up variations and so on. So yeah, progressing dips in that way will be good. And then, lastly, I finished up with my standard neck training. I really must say I do prefer doing neck training in the gym like this because, all the equipment's available, the setup doesn't take that much time, and it is just a lot more convenient to get the right stimulus on the muscles in the neck without having to faff around with a weight belt and moving everything around. And lastly, I finished up with some face pulls just to get a little bit of upper back work in, some isolated upper back work, mostly for posture. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.